Welcome to the sixth session on settlement of disputes. In former lectures, I have explained the settlement of disputes between states governed by general international law. I have paid special attention to the diplomatic means of settling disputes that are named in the United Nations Charter, and I have also looked into international arbitration and the International Court of Justice as legal means of settling disputes. In this very short recording, I want to acknowledge the existence of many other mechanisms that states and even non-state actors have at their disposal to resolve disputes based on international law and using international bodies. I may record videos on each one of them in the future, but in this one, I'm just going to name them. First of all, many international organizations that are of regional character do have their own machinery to settle disputes. Among them, I have listed here the African Union, the Organization of American States, ECOWAS, the European Union, the Council of Europe, the Arab League, or ASEAN. All of them have, as I said, their own means of resolving disputes, and some of them, like the African Union, the Organization of American States, or the European Union, or the Council of Europe, also they also have their own tribunals. In addition to settlement of dispute mechanisms that are open to states that are members to specific regional organizations, some treaties contain a specific settlement of disputes that relate to that treaty. And very important one among them is the range of mechanism established by the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, including the International Tribunal on the Law of the Sea that is based in Hamburg in Germany. Virtually all states of the world are members of the World Trade Organization and the agreements it monitors. And in becoming members, these states are accepting to submit their disputes to the mechanisms established within the context of the World Trade Organization. In fact, resolving trade disputes is one of the core activities of the World Trade Organization, and according to the information available on its website, since 1995, 600 disputes had been brought to the World Trade Organization and over 350 rulings had been issued. So this is a very important settlement of dispute mechanism that actually is central to almost all disputes that are related to trade in international law. For instance, this means that no trade dispute ever reaches nowadays the International Court of Justice because states are forced to use the WTO mechanisms. For investment treaties between companies, so non-state actors and states, disputes are normally resolved using international arbitration and very particularly using the International Center for Settlement of Investment Disputes of the World Bank Group. There is a wide range of international mechanisms to bring disputes on human rights. More than disputes, there are a wide range of mechanisms by which individuals who think they have had their human rights violated by the state where they live, under which their jurisdiction they are, can bring claims of violations to international mechanisms of the United Nations. Some of them are based on treaties, some are not based on treaties, and others are regional mechanisms in Africa, the Americas, and Europe. We don't have time to outline all of the ones that exist. Actually, among non-state actors, the easiest way to access an international mechanism is through human rights institutions because they are the ones the most open to non-state actors, although we have other courts such as the European Court of the European Union that has some limited access to non-state actors. We also have several tribunals that have been created ad hoc, that means temporary, or the International Criminal Court at the moment with a permanent basis to prosecute individuals that are allegedly responsible for international crimes. This is just a small sample, well, not so small, of other possibilities that are out there for states to resolve their disputes, some of them also open to non-state actors.